It is finally happening, people, after years of disrespect, disregard, complete excuses. It is finally happening. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and we're all massive lovers of the Buffalo Bills here. We love to smash some tables come Sunday time, and the same way you guys smash those tables come Sunday time, I want you guys to smash that like and subscribe button because I have been doing some stats diving, and I want you guys to take a look at this. 97% of you guys, come on, who are watching these videos are not subscribed. Please subscribe, guys. Let's enjoy this season together, talk the Bills, and then just enjoy this whole ride to February and see where this whole thing ends up. But as always, let's get right into this video. Well, people, it is finally happening after years of disrespect. Like I said before, it is finally happening. Our quarterback is getting the respect he deserves, and I'm going to tell you why right here, and I want you guys to take a look. Joshua Patrick Allen is now the odds favorite in Vegas to become the MVP of the National Football League. After years of disrespect, after years of disregard, giving out these Mickey Mouse trophies, giving out these bigger PR publicity to all these other quarterbacks to get the MVP trophy, Josh is getting the respect he deserves. Looking at it right here, Josh is number 1, Saquon number 2, Lamar Jackson number 3, and Jared Goff number 4. There have been a lot of movement these past few weeks. Only a few weeks ago, Lamar was the leading candidate. Then Derrick Henry was also in there. Now Saquon is storming in there. Josh has been floating around the 3-2 mark. Now he's finally leading the clubhouse. In Vegas's opinion, he is the leading candidate for the MVP trophy, which again has eluded Josh's whole career. He has come second in MVP trophy or MVP voting trophies twice. Obviously last year against Lamar, and I want to say 2 or 3 years ago against Aaron Rodgers, he was also second. And again, he is finally getting the respect he deserves. So let's take a look into these stats. So obviously, Josh's season, let's take a look over here. He is 64% completion percentage. He's 2,661 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, passer rating of 100. He's only played 12 games, so again, still lots of season to go and still one more massive game to go that can really push his odds and push him over the edge. He has 334 rushing yards, which is down compared to most years. He's obviously got 6 rushing touchdowns and obviously a major rushing touchdown, which does help his campaign, which we'll talk about later in the video. He's down to only 5 interceptions. Started the season, I think 6 or 7 games into the season with no interceptions until that Seattle game. And then he's only been sacked 13 times, which he's obviously had great protection from the O-line. Now let's take a look at those advanced stats, which we love to look at here at Bills Digest. Obviously, I want you guys to look at the bottom 2 stats there. Big time throws as well as turnover-worthy plays. Josh is still leading the league in big-time throws. Big-time throws being throws of 20-plus yards or just throws that lead or have a statistical chance of leading to a big play. Josh has been leading the league or been top 5 in the league over his past 7 seasons. So he's obviously not losing anything to his game, but he has made a massive stride. Look at that bottom stat down there. Turnover-worthy plays, 52nd in the league, only 13 turnover-worthy plays. Josh's biggest knock these past few years has been his interceptions in the red zone, just turnover-worthy throws, forcing the ball when he shouldn't be. Obviously, he's had Diggs and he's had Gabe Davis, both of them. Obviously, Diggs yapping, saying, hey, give me the ball. Gabe Davis kind of being a black hole, obviously having big games, but again, having massive drops and everything. Now Josh looks like he is in full control of this offense. It is the offense that he wants. He does not feel pressured to throw to anybody other than who he wants to throw or to who I believe he is throwing to who he believes is he's throwing to the open guy, as well as look at these stats here. This is a really, really big indicator of how well Josh is doing this season. This is expected points versus probability added per play. And if you look at the top right corner, Josh is leading the league in that. So he is obviously boosting the Bills' win probability single-handedly based off of some of the plays that he's making, which is massive. And again, most valuable player. If you take Josh away from the Bills, they are maybe a below 500 team. And again, he is just a massive, massive piece to this Bills offense. And then on top of stats on itself, and Josh being one of the better quarterbacks in the league, probably the best quarterback in the league, all MVP campaigns these past few years need publicity, need moments to think about. Let's think about that Lamar MVP trophy against against the Bengals where he had that spin move. Everybody remembers that MVP trophy and remembers that play. Josh has two of them. He has the PR, quote-unquote, PR recognition for what I believe is a massive MVP campaign. His first big one of this season was obviously this play right here, the game-closing, game-winning bullet to the Kansas City Chiefs' head, ending their undefeated season. Josh Allen saying, "Give me the ball, let's go win this game," and beating, I feel like, 5 Kansas City defenders. Obviously, that was a massive statement, kind of pushed him into the conversation, and people finally gave him recognition. And then obviously, this past weekend in the Snow Globe game, the pass to himself, the Amari Cooper shovel pass, was another memorable play, and again, just keeps on helping his MVP campaign, because you know what? All great MVPs do need a little bit of PR help. And speaking of PR help, let's talk about Josh compared to a past MVP who did win it just this past season. This man right here, let's compare the stats to Lamar Jackson's MVP campaign on a full 16-game season. Josh has only had 12, so again, Josh's stats will go up. Take a look at the passing touchdowns. In 16 games, Lamar threw 24 passes to passing touchdowns. In 12 games, Josh has already thrown 20, which, again, Mickey Mouse MVP, let's talk about it. Josh has thrown less interceptions, obviously still games to play. Josh's lap, it already has more rushing TDs than him. Obviously has less rushing yards, but look at the rushing attempts, almost half of the rushing attempts from Josh, and more touchdowns. And Josh is obviously just becoming a more efficient runner than Lamar, in my opinion. Obviously, Lamar's still a top 3 quarterback in the league. But again, last year I feel like a lot of PR moves, a lot of campaigning for him to become the MVP. And again, let's just talk about it. Let's be honest here. The MVP is a quarterback stat. Obviously, if Saquon Barkley wins, I'm not going to complain. But again, you're going to need either the 1 or the 2 seed. You're going to have probably less than 3 losses. And Josh so far has all those boxes checked off. I do seem to believe, depending on how the Detroit Lions game goes, if Josh wins that game, I think he kind of solidifies himself as MVP. But again, if Jared Goff does win and Goff keeps up his stats this season, I could see him sneak into there. But if it's not Josh Allen, I will say, I will admit, I have no problem with this man right here, Saquon Barkley, winning that MVP trophy. He is close to beating or smashing Adrian Peterson's MVP season. He's on pace to beat the Eric Dickerson single season rushing record. He's also on pace to beat the total offensive yards offensive yards record. So again, Saquon wins it. I'm not going to complain. Obviously, Josh, I do believe, does deserve to win it if we were going to give it to these quarterbacks these past few years, because there's been guys in the past years who do deserve to win it, who are running backs, and they have not. So if we're going to keep on giving it to quarterbacks, Josh deserves it. Josh is the MVP. It's finally happening, people. We are getting the respect we deserve, and Josh is getting the respect he deserves. But as always, guys, Like and subscribe to the video. Subscribe here to Bills Digest to stay in touch with all your latest Bills news. And again, as always, go Bills.